The next report examines the effect of this on the people of Osaka and Kobe. As you watch, look out for why there is a shortage of space in Japanese cities, how high population density affects the quality of life for those living there, and what the benefits are of the Osaka Bay scheme.
Those who may well have benefited most from Japan's economic success are people in their early 20s. Jobs are still fairly easy to come by, and the pay is usually good. The message seems to be, spend it while you can. Yet in spite of all the new money and lavish things to spend it on, Atsuko, like millions of others, still faces the harsh fact that home is a small, cramped place. Even for her, all that's affordable is one room. Working, eating, cooking, sleeping, all happen inside the same four walls. The bathroom is separate, but only just. The reason why city dwellers find themselves faced more and more with this situation has a lot to do with Japanese geography, human and physical. Wealth has come so quickly and the cities have grown so fast that the country is running out of space. Flat land is so scarce that 63% of the people live on only 3% of the land area. In some spots there are 10,000 people living on each square kilometre, and it's an extremely long way from one piece of open space to another. It can cost up to £9,000 to become a member of a tennis club. Land is scarce, and because of that, extremely expensive. There are parts of the cities where prices are so high that people have just 4.5 square meters of floor space each at home, 8 times less than the average household in Britain. Cities with no room to move and nowhere to go. Basic Japanese geography, basic Japanese problem. And like many other major problems in Japan, there is often a major project afoot to try and solve it. In and around Osaka and Kobe, the scheme that's underway involves nothing less than major surgery. To make new space, new land is being made in the sea itself, in Osaka Bay. It's changing the very map of the area and remaking the landscape. The new land is being used for many different purposes. One of the largest blocks will soon become the country's #2 international airport. Five kilometers out to sea, away from built-up areas, it'll be able to operate 24 hours a day. Finding space like this on the mainland for a new airport would have been an impossible task. In Kobe, already one of Japan's busiest ports, some of the new land has been used to expand the quaysides that handle container ships, the vessels that deliver the country's exports to the rest of the world. In Kobe too, the new land, still being made, now runs for a distance of 7 kilometers out from the old coastline. The area that's supplying all these enormous quantities of earth lies a short distance away beyond the mountains behind Kobe City. Just here, there once stood a sizable hill, 250 meters high. It's vanished into the jaws of diggers and bulldozers. Around 1 billion cubic meters of rock and soil have been removed. From the excavation site, the material is transferred to a conveyor belt and taken 15 kilometers across country to the sea. The last leg of the trip is by barge. Once the barge has reached the spot where the new land is being made, it dumps its load. This operation is repeated tens of thousands of times until finally the soil and rock from the disappearing hill build up and break through to the surface. One of the latest chunks of new territory stands offshore from the city of Kobe. 8 years ago, it looked like this. 26 years ago, like this. Now, these areas of brand new land have become a planner's dream, empty spaces on which to build something totally from scratch. In overcrowded Japan, a rare opportunity indeed. Rokko Island is a new town built on one of the many blocks of reclaimed land along the Kobe waterfront. A long time before the town was even finished, there was an enormous waiting list of people wanting to move in. Names were put into a ballot box, and those that came out first got their wish. Sumiko and Akio Hashimoto are one of the lucky couples. Compared to life in the crowded city of Kobe, where they moved from, their Rokko Island flat is very spacious. They have 2 good-sized rooms for a family of 3, and a room to spare which can sleep at least 2 other children. Their 2-year-old son was born a short time after they moved to the new flat.
Milk. Ringo juice.
The move the Hashimotos made across the bridge from the mainland to the new island wasn't that big in terms of distance. But in every other respect, this short step from old to new Japan was a big change.
Because this place was planned, I think everything is more spacious, such as the roads and railway station. But the mainland does have the old things, so I think both have good and bad points.
I like being able to see the beautiful surroundings when I go for a walk on my days off. As you can see, there are very few cars around here. So we can even leave our child to play by himself, and falling down is the only thing that can happen to him. So we don't have to worry.
So, why is there a shortage of space in Japanese cities? Japan is a small mountainous country with an acute shortage of flat land. Cities have grown quickly and used up the available space. How does the high density of population affect quality of life? 68% of the people live on 3% of the land area. In some areas, 10,000 people live in each square kilometre. Property is small and expensive, and many can only afford to live in one room. There are few open spaces, and facilities such as parks or sports facilities are rare or expensive to use. What are the benefits of the Osaka Bay Scheme? The benefits of the Osaka Bay Scheme includes a new international airport, new ports for container ships, and new residential areas with better facilities such as larger flats and more spacious communal areas.